let's play a game for a
Okay,
minute if
sure.
we can. Because you're a lighting designer,
Hmm.
I'm going to give you a bunch of really cliche type phrases, and some of them are going to be plot related, like this would be describing an event or a scene on stage. Some of them are going to be like setting or mood related and describing that. But they're pretty cliche, and I would love for you to, as quickly as you can, rapid fire improvise like the lighting look for
Sure.
that thing. So here we go. It was a dark and stormy night.
The first thing that comes to mind is a lot of blues and grays. I guess you can achieve a gray quality with lights with the right color filters and things. So yeah, blues, grays, even some dark teals can work great for that. Yeah, there you go.
Between a rock and a hard place.
Hmm. My mind goes to automatically sort of a more dramatic place. So I would think really harsh angles, not a lot of color, like no color, incandescence, light. I don't know why that's the first thing that popped into my head, but it was.
I like that. Burn the midnight oil.
Probably some warmer colors that are going to be more akin to candlelight and stuff like that, and people working all night. I guess that's an expression that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be in a production that uses candles, but my mind always still goes there to where it's, days before everybody had electric lamps and lights and stuff like that.
Calm before the storm.
Hmm. I guess a psych that got kind of a nice horizon line with some deep purples and oranges on top and fading down to a little bit paler blue on the bottom. And I think that's mostly because my mind goes to that old adage, red sky at night, sailor's delight. That's the first image that popped into my head there.
Fun in the sun.
Bright, happy, yellows and greens, and just very bright and cheery. Spring colors, even some pinks. Not anything, not jewel tones, not anything that saturated, but pale pinks and greens and yellows and things like that.
Pure as the driven snow.
Hmm. I guess that one would be more, for me, dependent on context, because
Okay.
I'm not getting a lot that's.
Let's introduce an ingenue character on stage, and she's got this big number she's got to sing, and all that we get character information for her is that she's pure as the driven snow.
Okay. I would. I'm seeing like in a kind of follow spot, very bright, probably no color, just a color correction filter like a pink or blue or something on her, and maybe some nice backlighting that's probably a little bit warmer, and some rim light, and then not a lot of other light, just kind of keeping her as the focus.
Good as gold.
Hmm. Good as gold. That phrase, my mind goes to like a big cheesy production number out of something like even like a Guys and Dolls kind of a thing. So it would be bright and lots of color and or a Music Man, like kind of like a shyster comes into my mind, and so it would be big and bright and like he's trying to as good as gold or.
Because I think that's a pretty well loved musical theater situation, scenario,
Sure,
and character,
that's
right?
true actually, yeah.
Law of the jungle.
Lots of deep greens and lots of texture, a little bit more dim, a few lighter colors to kind of offset some of that, but not anything really bright. Lots of texture, lots of haze, so that we can sort of feel like these beams of light cutting through the haze are sort of like lines in the jungle.
And we're going to end with looks like death warmed over.
Anything that's in whatever color filter is most unflattering to your skin at as little angle as possible, presented right from the front, because even the most beautiful people can look terrible if you don't light them correctly. You light them right from the front and it washes out any kind of depth or dimension to them at all. Everybody's skins are different. You might have two people that get right next to each other and look like they have the same skin tone, and you put a color filter on a light, and all of a sudden you see, wow, their skin's not at all the same. And so you can pull good things out of people's skins that make them look warmer and more beautiful, or you can really make them look pretty nasty with some of the other tones that you can pull out of their skin. So I would find the color filter that worked the worst for whatever that actor was and light them with as little angle as possible and try to wash out any kind of depth or dimension.
Seth, thank you so much for letting me interview you and play this game with you and ask you all these
Yeah.
things.
I hope I gave you what you were looking for and wasn't too boring for you.
Oh no, I definitely enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Well, good.